Hello, hello, hello. Match preview is back. Tonight we are previewing the away game at Vancouver. Kind of don't want to preview this game after recent results. Last night was no better. But with that said, one of my favorite guests, you've seen him for Portland, and you have seen him for Seattle. He does all of the Cascadia teams. Cascadia radio host, Steven. Say hello, Steven.
Hey there, Sam. Thanks so much for having me back. Happy to be here.
Of course, and as usual, Ron's here. Say hello, Ron.
Hey, everybody.
All right, so just what I know about Vancouver is that they have 8 wins, 8 losses, and 4 ties. It puts them in 6th in the West, and that puts them on 28 points, which would put them 3rd in the East. So, Stephen, what more can you tell us about Vancouver?
Well, Vancouver's had the best of the 3 Cascadia sides so far this year. They've been able to string together a series of results based on their attack. They scored large away wins, big away wins, with a 4-3 result at Toronto and 3-2 at Philadelphia recently. And that has been indicative of their MO. They like to outscore people. They've given up 33 goals in 18 league games after only giving up 37 all of last season. It has been a struggle at the back for the Whitecaps.
All right, and we are struggling everywhere. Where do you think we were the worst last night, Ron?
I mean, they were pretty bad all over the place. I thought they came out with a lot of energy, but, you know, when you don't start Kyle Aaron, you're not going to have much of, you don't have Kakal either. They're lacking too much talent at this point. So, yeah, you're not going to win any games when you score 0 goals.
All right, and I think that Vancouver's going to be the second of 3 away games. We played the first last night, and all the Orlando City fans know that we lost. So how is Vancouver? Obviously, they're probably a little better at home than on the road, Stephen.
They certainly are. They're a very good home side in general. They picked up a 2-0 win against RSL last night. That was a very, very big victory for them. Christian Teixeira thumped in the second from about 25 yards out on a half volley. Really, really nice goal and some much-needed momentum for the Whitecaps. They've really struggled to string results together consistently so far this campaign, where they'll pick up a win and then it's a draw and a loss right after, and they don't get down too deep ever. But just the fact that they haven't been able to consistently keep clean sheets keeps them from taking points week to week more consistently.
All right, and Ron, last night we saw our typical 4-2-3-1, and I expect that we'll stay in that formation. We got a Shea suspension and a Harrison Heath injury last night, so what are you going to expect in our 4-2-3-1 coming up away at Vancouver?
Well, it seems like we're stuck in the back with what we have at the moment with our injuries and stuff. We'll see Hines and Mateos, and I assume Alston and Bowden with Bendick in goal. This probably forces Seren and Higuita back into the preferred center defensive mid pairing, which is pretty much our only chance to win is if those two play well and play together. Attacking-wise, Orlando City rested Laren last night, so Laren will start back up top, and then Rivas can't play because Rivas has visa issues and can't go into Canada. So we will not see Carlos Rivas. So that leaves you with Kevin Molino, Kaká. Maybe I doubt he's going to come back on a long road trip like Vancouver. So I wouldn't expect him either. So that pretty much leaves us with a combination of Molino, Nocerino, pick up some guys from Orlando City B. I don't know. It's really bad right now.
I think we could maybe see Tony Rocha or Haji Berry, as you said, both Orlando City B players. Steven, can you tell us about Vancouver's formation and how they fill it?
Most frequently a 4-2-3-1. They've shifted to letting Matias Lava do a little bit more of the defensive midfield work this campaign because he's just so good at doing it on his own. Vancouver's attack, it's kind of a revolving door. Octavio Rivero, the designated player striker, has just been shipped out, and no replacement as of yet. Always 4 men at the back. Jordan Harvey has been the left back off maligned and really struggling of late. He's a guy to pick out for Orlando. He struggled again last night, even though RSL didn't score, he had a couple of really grievous mistakes where he could have given up goals. So in general, Vancouver 4-2-3-1, strong attack with variable pieces, strong defensive midfield, really weak backline, and then just about the league's best goalkeeper.
All right, and their most known player to me is Morales. He's kind of like their Kaká. And their number 10, is there another player who actually does play consistent minutes in their attack that you would like to tell us about?
Kakuta Mane is having a good campaign for them. He's a very quick winger who's learning how to finish. Christian Teixeira is actually in a similar mold, another guy like that. And then Masato Kudo is back, the Japanese striker, after he suffered a broken jaw earlier this season on just a horror challenge. And so I think, for Vancouver, it's a story of plenty of pieces around goal, but still not the forward to finish things off.
And we got the forward, and we got nothing else. So maybe if we could combine our teams, we'd be all right.
There we go.
Anyway, all right. Ron, any final comments about last night? I thought we hung in there pretty good until the first goal, and then after that, I thought it was back to the dumpster fire. What about you?
Yeah, I thought they came out with good energy. Like I said, they even employed a high press, which we hadn't really seen at all under Heath. It worked good, but then we conceded the corner kick goal. Corner kicks have been like PKs lately. If Vancouver can rack up some corner kicks, expect them to probably score some goals off them. But big picture stuff. Orlando City right now, they just can't afford too many injuries and suspensions. They have to really be at full strength to compete on a regular basis. And right now the team is just in so much transition. Bobby Murphy, the interim coach, is not impressed with his tactics or lineups yet. It seems like he's way out of his depth. So it seems like we're just in a holding pattern right now until we bring another coach in here and he tries to, input his style into the team. So, on a away trip to Vancouver, about the farthest place you could travel, not good for Orlando right now.
And I'm usually not one to talk about speculation, but let me pose this hypothetical to you, Ron. So let's assume that we're going to have to play Tony Rocha or Barry. And I say Tony Rocha because he played the Open Cup game, and I say Barry because he's played some first-team minutes, and he played a big chunk of the Open Cup games as well. So if it's between those two, would you rather see a 4-4-2 with Larin and Barry, or would you rather see the same old 4-2-3-1 with Rocha on either the left or the right or wherever they're going to slot him in?
I'd prefer the 4-2-3-1. I mean, Vancouver scores so many goals. If Orlando wants to try to scrape out some sort of result this weekend, then they're probably going to have to keep the game scoreless as long as possible. So I don't really see the point of the 4-4-2. I have not been impressed at all with Haji Berry. So far, he's just kind of a straight line player. He's got good speed, but I haven't seen him really do anything else. So I think a more defensive presence is about the only option they have this weekend.
All right, and Steven, any kind of, I guess, anything for a common Orlando City fan to know about Vancouver other than things that you've already mentioned?
Well, I don't want to be a contrarian here, Ron, but I really do think that Orlando's going to have to outscore Vancouver this weekend. The Whitecaps, they're going to score goals at home. That turf field, the turf's a little bit funny. It's a little bit different than other spots in the league. It does catch people, and I can't believe that Orlando, traveling that far, is going to be able to keep a clean sheet, but I don't believe Vancouver will be able to either. And so, I think maybe the best route here is to open the game up, see what a shootout can do for you guys.
Well, I agree. If they're going to win, they're going to have to score a bunch of goals. But I just don't see. I mean, they're not scoring any goals right now. They're lacking a lot of firepower. So if they want to get in a shootout, then so be it. At least make it for an entertaining match. But the only way I see them getting points is if they keep it low scoring, and that's probably very unlikely.
I mean, we haven't scored in 3.5 games. Do you know exactly?
Yeah, I think it's 3. So
3.
It's tough sledding recently.
Yeah, I thought we didn't score in the second half of the one there too. But anyway, that's either here nor there. We're going to keep it short and sweet for you guys tonight. No, in-depth conversation, just a real, basic bare bones match preview. So we'll get, if neither of you have anything else, we will get right to score predictions. Ron or Steven, anything else? Nope, nothing else.
Nope.
All right, Ron, go first.
Well, we need a little bit of good news. Maybe we'll get it this weekend. Maybe we won't. Like I've said earlier in the show, I just don't see it happening right now. This interim coach is in a real tough position, having to play all these tough road trips while he's dealing with so many injuries and suspensions. So I just don't see it for Orlando. I think this one could actually get rather ugly if Vancouver goes full strength and comes at us hard for 90 minutes. I think you could see something like 4-1.
All right, Steven?
Vancouver, as I mentioned earlier, just really struggled to consistently string the results together. I wonder if they have the mental makeup to win 2 home games in 4 or 5 days. If they do, it's going to be a big moment for them. I think it'll be a turning point as far as being safe for the playoffs and being able to start focusing on Champions League, which is coming up for them. That being said, I don't know that I really see it yet. Despite your offensive struggles, I just don't know if Vancouver can keep it clean at the back 2 consecutive matches. I picked 4-4 on Radio Cascadia yesterday. I'll pick 2-2 today.
and Steven, I just want to tie up your point. We have defensive struggles worse than we have offensive struggles, so don't put that to rest. Anyways, I have just said we're going to be losing, and we've gotten a draw and we've lost. So I think that this might be our week. Whoever is going to be out there, whatever 11 it is. I know we got big man Joe Bendick in the back. He's playing bloody and not bloody. I think Orlando's going to squeak this one out 3-2. So I hope this is the week for 3 points. I'm gonna be optimistic right now, even though I haven't been recently, but 3-2 Orlando. Let's do it, guys. And Ron, thank you as usual. City Soccer Talk. They put City Soccer Talk live. Are you guys about to go live after this?
No.
No. Okay. Well, Ron,
we canceled it.
Okay, well, whatever they're going to be up, at least they're back up and running with their website, City Soccer Talk Live. Check it out, City Soccer Talk on all social media platforms. Steven, for those who don't recognize you, where could they find you?
You can find me at prostamerica.com or radiocascadia.us. Be sure to check out episode 85 of Radio Cascadia this week if you want a little bit more on the Vancouver side of this weekend's matchup with Orlando. And you can find me on Twitter at Steven_Agen, A-G-E-N. Thanks so much for having me.
Of course. And for those of you who follow the MLS Show League, you can find Steven getting relegated, and you can find me taking his place. So that's all we got. Peace out.